Hey everyone, Shebim here and welcome back to our next episode of the Newcastle United Career Mode here on Football Manager 2019. Now today we've got for you the first two games in the Champions League, I don't know why I said it like that for, and we'll also have a game against Southend in the British Cup. Now, just to start things off, I want to point out that I have made an absolutely monumental bugger up here, and I have messed up the squad registration for the Champions League, meaning we only have players under the age of 21 to play. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Sorry. We might still be able to get through the groups okay and then register a better squad for the knockout stage. We've got Atlanta, Vitória de Guimarães, and Internacional. They're teams that we should be able to beat with the squad we got. Without further ado, let's get straight into the game and find out how I get on. So here we go then, here is our team. It's not the weakest team around, it's still pretty strong. In goal, we have got Izeli, the German goalkeeper we got from Dortmund. He actually is pretty damn good, especially for an 18-year-old. So I'm not too disappointed with using this guy, and it's going to hopefully boost him up with these games and make him better as well. At left back then we get Tom Coates. Luckily enough, one of our main players is under the age of 21. I think it's 21. Centre back then we're going to have to go with Vlad Baluta, one of the players we brought in the summer, Moldovan centre back. Again, not actually too bad of a player to be honest, so be interesting to see how we get on with him today. He's got 9 caps for Moldova already. Alongside him though we can still use Arhan Versteeg, who is one of our main players. And then up the right we've got making his debut for the club Oussama Loussif, who is an Algerian centre-back / right-back we brought in the summer as well. So again, not a bad player though. He does have good stats. He has played in the Bright Stars Championship so far this season. The two midfielders though are David Sierra alongside Nuno Coelho. So very, very strong central midfield pairing. At the left we've got Karl-Heinz Michael. Through the centre we have got Athami Garrido. And up the right, we have got John Darch. And then as striker today, we have got Holger Feiner. So as you can see, it's not our strongest team, but it's not a terrible team. It's a team that could still go out and win this group easily. And that's my hope. And then hopefully we'll be able to resubmit a squad when it gets to the knockout stages. Because I can't believe that we've tried all this time to get into the Champions League, and I've gone and messed up the squad like that, and I couldn't believe it. When I went to pick the squad, I was like, how comes all my best players are missing? They're all unregistered. I was like, So I can't believe I did that, to be honest with you. But all we can do is try. Again, it's a good chance for these younger players to show what they can do and also cement themselves to first team place, as well as they're going to progress a lot quicker as well. Nuno Coelho with a free kick. It's in, get in. Nuno Coelho with a goal. Important game this one. I think this might be the most difficult game out of the 3 we have. Well, most difficult game out of the 6 we have, to be honest. Away game against Atlanta. We got a bit lucky with the group. It's not too difficult. It could have been a lot harder, but it could have been a lot easier as well. But hopefully with the squad we got out, we should be able to do okay. But there we go, 1-0 up, that's the main thing. If it's a draw in the other game, that'd be fantastic. It's currently 1-1. We do have another highlight here. Garrido, here's Coelho. Sierra. Takes a long shot, it's saved by the keeper. Would have been a great goal. Quite some distance that was by Sierra. We're going to get a corner kick though, to be taken by Sierra as well. Ball into the middle, it's headed, it's going everywhere. It's cleared though. And all of a sudden, they're on the attack. And they've got Aguero. Obviously not the Aguero, because we're playing fake players. But, oh, good tackle, Coates. Well done. Well done, Coates. Good bit of play. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, we probably would have played a few youngsters in this anyway. So it is good, the fact that we are being able to progress those players with a few games of important football. We just need to make sure we do have enough ability in the squad to get through to the knockout stages. Now, it's top 2 of the group go through to the knockout stages. So we should be okay, really. We just got to finish ahead of 2 others. And if we get a win here, I'll be pretty confident that's going to still happen. Coelho, what a ball. And Feiner does get there. It was a complete mess up by the defence. And there's Feiner. Is that... it's not, is it? Let's say is that his first goal for the club. It's his first goal of the season. We brought him back in January previous season. He scored a couple of goals. That's his first goal this season. And Coelho is dominating this game. Look at that great run. And that ball through was overhit. But the goalkeeper made a right hash of it somehow. He took a touch and just pinged it right into the feet of Feiner. And there is the goal. Right, 2-0. I'm happy. I'm confident now. I am confident. Players like Feiner and Zwart are players that I'm expecting to, over the next couple of years, start to push Santana for first team spots. I mean, Santana has been fantastic for us. Top goal scorer last season in the Premiership with 30 goals. And already got a few goals this season as well. But yeah, I think it's time for Feiner and Zwart to try and push Santana and to get some first team football out of him. Because I think that's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, next season, I mean, we're going to start to give a few players a few more games this season. But I think next season we might see a few of our younger players push a lot harder. And there's a couple of players like the Preston guy, Rolf. I've forgotten his name now. Rolfs, the centre-back. We loaned him out for the season. I think when he comes back next year, he's going to be a very strong player who's going to be fighting for first-team place as well. As Lucif's ball in. Cleared. Garrido! I thought that was in then on the volley. That would have been an amazing goal. I think we can make up the substitutions now because we've got another game coming up soon. I feel like bringing Zwart on in place of Feiner, which we're going to do. And I'm going to bring on Marc dos Santos, 17-year-old Dutch player, to replace Coelho just to protect him. And then maybe Zapata in place of... Let's bring Zapata on in place of Dutch. We're going to make a triple substitution with an hour left, which is a bit risky in case there's any injuries or sendings off. But I think we should be okay. And again, it's 3 more players that can get themselves some football. Marc dos Santos has not really played any big games. He's only played really in the Cup games and the Bright Stars Championships. And that Zapata is still quite new to us, young Colombian winger and attacking midfielder. But again, not played a huge amount of football. Here is Zapata on the ball now. Great chance for him to show what he can do, and he's made a good run, but he is tackled in midfield. The ball over the top is too heavy. Baluta plays forward to Sierra. Here's Karl-Heinz Michael. Dos Santos, the Dutch centre mid, 17 years of age. Zapata's back on the ball again. Zapata takes a shot, hits the post. Wow. Zapata almost getting his first goal. Coates into Karl-Heinz Michael. Oh, that went far off and all, was it? It's going right in the top corner of that bad boy. And I think it looks like we're going to be able to sneak through whoever 2-0. Then again, we dominated the game. 25 shots, they're 8. 57% possession. So we have dominated the game. In theory. So I'm pretty happy with that. And it is a good chance for some of these younger players to show what they can do. And also, hopefully with the exposure to first-team football, they're going to really push their progression forward. Well, they always do on this game. When you give them a bit of first-team football, they always do progress a lot quicker for a short period of time. Sierra, Zwart, Michael, and there's the full-time whistle. A 2-0 win away from home at Atlanta. Possibly the most difficult game we had in this group, and it is great to get that win. Passionately, we're going to tell them we're very happy. That was Sierra and Baluta's first game this season. Zapata has played one game already. I think it was in the... He's a good player, isn't he? Again, it's not a bad player at all, the Colombian winger. Very, very strong. So, yeah, it's good. I'm happy. Right, let's get straight into our next Champions League game, which is against Vitória de Guimarães next week. And here we go then, straight into our second game against Vitória de Guimarães, who did draw their first game in the competition 2-2. So currently we are top of the group by 2 clear points. A win here, it would definitely help us out as well. We've gone for the exact same team as started the previous game, so we're not going to bother going through the players because you've seen them all already. We're going to passionately tell them that we're the favourites who want to go out there and win this game, and let's see what happens. See if we can get 2 out of 2. That'd be fantastic. It really would. Be even better if there's a draw in the other game again. But here we go then. I think this should be an easier game than the Atlanta game. Plus we're at home as well, which should be a benefit to us. But it's just about getting that goal at the main thing. And I mean, some of these players like Feiner and that are not really... They score the odd goal when they come on, but they're not really the sort of player that I can rely on as a long-term striker at this point in time. So I just want to make sure we can get that goal. Although we're 30 minutes in here, we've got 4 shots compared to their 2. 54% possession. Internationally, Alov scored against Atlanta. Darch has picked up a light injury, but seems to be okay at this point in time. We think we probably will change him soon, but a very quiet, very, very quiet first half. We're going to calmly tell them that we are not happy with what we just seen. We're motivated some of the players, and hopefully this is going to see some change. We probably will take Darch off at some point in the second half. Well, here's Michael with a free kick. Oh, just wide. Would have been good. Thankfully, we've got Southend next in the British Cup, and we do have all of our players available, which would be good. Looks like we're going to have to take off John Darch now then, aren't we? Who's coming on for Darch then? We got... Oh, we changed the bench slightly then, I guess. We got Abdoulaye Ungessen, the Ivory Coast winger. He can come on, see what he can do. Change of legs. I was going to go a bit more aggressive, but I don't really want to risk it at this point in time because we're not dominating as much as we normally do, so I don't want to get caught out. Come on, guys. Get a goal, get a goal, get a goal. I mean, it's not... A draw here isn't the worst result in the world, but it's by no means good. Oh, God, it's been so quiet this game, isn't it? So quiet. Nothing going on. Let's bring on Zwart for the last 10 minutes or so. No point in changing the other players. Solomon Toure, where do you play? You can play... Let's put you in place of Garrido. Here's another one of our Ivory Coast players. We do have a corner. Michael's ball in. Zwart at the far post. It's gone wide. Wow. If that's our highlights, we're not doing very well, are we? Coates. Here's Michael again. We've lost the ball, though. Don't let them score, please, whatever you do. Good header, Versteeg. Finding... Well, it's elusive now. Sierra Traore finds the ball out wide to Coates, who's got great assists over the last couple of years. That's a good ball in. That's not actually a terrible ball. Michaels picks it back up though. Coelho. Across to Lucif. Oh, Lucif! The Algerian right back slams that in. Wow, what a goal. What a freaking goal. Osama Lucif, the Algerian right back. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. I must admit, that was a rocket, that was. Gets the ball here and thinks to himself, I've got to go for this. And he smashes it in the top corner. Oh, what a lad, what a lad. That might have just secured his future in me, in my mind, I tell you. That is a hell of a goal. We've got another highlight now. Coates. Here's Sierra, back to Coates. Ball into the middle. Heading clear. It's elusive again. Go for it, mate. Hit it. Oh, he goes to the pass this time. Gets the ball back. Smartly finds the ball out wide to Coates, who cuts inside. Zwart! Oh, puts it wide again, Zwart. Come on, mate, you're getting chances. You've got to take them, haven't you? It's Coelho. Lucif, who've been a bit of a revelation in this game. Ball across the front. Zwart does put it in. Lucif gets the assist. Wow. Osama Lucif has just announced his arrival here. What a game this has been for him. Getting that cracking goal. It was a lucky assist, don't get me wrong. It was poor defending by Vitoria. But Lucif's going to take it all day long. Looks like he's going to get man of the match in this game as well. And there's the full-time whistle. Lucif, my man, absolutely announcing himself here on the main stage. What a lad. Let's have a look at him again. The Algerian right and centre-back. Prefers to play as centre-back. His second or his third game of the season. Playing the Bright Stars Championship and the Champions League. And he has really good stats, actually, looking at him. Really good stats. How much did we pay for him in the end? We paid 500k for him as well from his club in the summer. And yeah, he's impressed me here today. Very much has impressed me. Passionately, we're going to tell them that we thought they played very well. Everyone's extremely delighted. And now we've got a game against Southend in the British Cup. And here we go then, the home game against Southend. We're going very aggressive in this one. And we've got some of our players back, which is great. In goal then, we're going to go with Steve Corbett. He's actually wanted now. Who's he wanted by? Aberdeen on a transfer. That's interesting. The free centre-backs we're going to go for then is Josh Cleverley, playing alongside Marco Costa. And, of course, Arhan Versteeg. 2 CDMs, then we've gone with Antonio Lazzarini, playing alongside the Welshman Nicholas Jones. Not really played as much games as he would have wanted to play, I don't think. Right in the middle of the pitch, then we've got Patrick van der Ven, who surprised me how good he was last year, to be honest with you. Nuno Coelho keeps his position at left wing. We have Andrea Furno at right wing. And then the 2 strikers are Raicentello Zwart, of course, a young Dutch striker, alongside Brian Santana. What a legend. Right. They're playing quite aggressive as well, actually, so it might be a very open game, this one. I put quite a few younger players on the bench because I'm feeling quite confident that we'll be able to get a few early goals here against Southend, and they'll be able to play a few more of the younger players, give an opportunity. As you can see, we've got Lucef's on the bench. Furno's injured. Wow, not Furno. Okay, looks like Garrido's going to get the game then, by the looks of it. That's sort of thrown a spanner in the works straight off the bat, hasn't it, substitution-wise. Garrido... Furno's our big sign in the summer. Cost us £65 million. Injured 5 minutes into the game. Let's hope that's not too serious, otherwise... Well, we've lost a really good player there for a few weeks. Even potentially months, who knows. We've just lost one of the academy players for 8 months with torn knee ligaments, which is a bit disappointing because he's only 17 years old and he looks really good, but let's wait and see what's going to happen. We are dominating the game, 75% possession, 7 shots, 2 free on target. No goal as of yet, though, which is a worrying thing, but we do have our highlights. Cleverley with a throw to Lazzarini, back to Cleverley. Van der Ven. Nice little run finding Zwart. Great ball finding Garrido. There it is. And Athami Garrido with the goal. Assisted by Zwart. It's not bad at all. It was a good extra goal. That Van der Ven run there. Then this Zwart pass was fantastic. And Garrido, I thought his first touch was terrible, but he managed to pull it off and get the goal. Good lad. Of course, we got knocked out very early in the British Cup last season, so it'd be nice to get a bit further. The draw's already happened, so if we win this game, the next round is at home against Southampton, which I'll be pretty confident about as well. Lazzarini's corner. And Marco Costa gets the goal to make it 2-0. I said I was optimistic about getting a couple of early goals, didn't I? Which means in the second half, we can probably bring on a couple of younger players. Maybe Versteeg, because Versteeg played the previous 2 games. Maybe he could have a bit of rest. Nuno Coelho as well, probably. It's probably the smartest idea, because those 2 are the 2 that have played the 2 Champions League games as well. So, yeah, we'll do that, I think. Should I make the subs? No, I won't make the subs at half-time. I'll give them another 10 minutes in the second half, just to make sure we don't get any more injuries and that. Then if we do get an injury, it shouldn't matter too much, to be honest, should it? It should be quite easy still, either way. Passionately, we're happy with how things are going. Well done. Continue on. So give it until about the hour mark, 55 minutes to an hour mark, and I'll make those couple of changes. Then we'll bring on... Lucef. Lucef can come on, can't he? Yeah, about now then we'll do this. So Lucef on in place of Versteeg, who played the last 2 games. And then we can bring on Abundis up front in place of Santana, or... Oh, you're right midfield, not left midfield. Okay. We'll leave you where you are. I'm going to bring on Abundis, who's a really high potential Mexican striker. I can't show you at this point in time. I can show you him now. So the scouts reckon this guy's got great potential. Star player for the first right team. He is 18 years old. Look at those stats. 19 finishing is the big one. And his stats are going up as well. So let's see how he gets on. I think this might be his debut, I think. I know he might have played a Bright Stars Championship match here and there. I'm not sure. But this is his big chance here to show what he can do in front of you guys. Although he's just being complacent instead. Well done. Lazzarini's free kick. Oh. Was that tipped over? Is that no, it's a goal kick. It looked like he tipped it over, to be honest, for a corner, but it's a corner for them. Oh, wow. Good save by Corbett. It was almost an own goal by Lucif. He's almost gone from hero to zero in this game, but thankfully Corbett saved him. Big ball into the middle, cleverly heads it clear, only as far as Waters. We're pushing him out, and it looks like we got him. Wow, what happened to Garrido there? His condition just dropped down to like 40%. It's going back up now, though. I'm not quite sure what happened to him there. He must have taken a hell of a knock. Van der Ven. Lazzarini. Back to Van der Ven. And they've lost it, but it doesn't matter. The final whistle's blown and we win 2-0. It's been a very successful video, actually. I must admit, Marco Costa with the Man of the Match award. We're happy with how everyone played. Zwart, still, I think he just needs to get his feet under the table a bit, doesn't he, really? He got an assist in this game that wasn't too bad, but he needs to get his feet under the table a bit and sort of understand what it's going to take to become a big player. Right, let's have a look at the schedule then once this is finished loading and see if we're going to come back. I think we'll come back for the next Champions League games. I think we can squeeze 2 more in a video again. This is a British company. Celtic knocked out Cambridge. So they're still in it. Swansea. How are you doing, Swansea, in the Welsh League? TNS are top. Wow, TNS have got more points than Cardiff. Okay. That'd be interesting if TNS can pull that off. Swansea won the league last year, so Swansea beat Cardiff in the fight for the league. But yeah, if Swansea win their game in hand, which is against the team at the bottom, they will go back up to the top. So TNS are definitely fighting their way into that battle. Right, anyway, one more look at schedule. Right, so I think I'll come back then for the International, second leg of the Premier Cup against Bournemouth, and then Vitoria once again, which means I'm going to play these games off camera. They're all pretty simple games that, again, we should walk through these two, definitely. Wimbledon might be a bit more difficult, but still we'll walk through that. And then the first leg against Bournemouth. Well, yeah, we'll come back for this 3 here. Unless, of course, the schedule changes, which is more likely going to. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Chevy Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.